Unions are looking to the young to reinvigorate a movement struggling to increase membership, which stands at less than 20% of the workforce, a figure the new ACTU Secretary Dave Oliver says is not good enough. Young Labor activists say the movement is still relevant, but communications strategies need to change, as Amy Bainbridge discovered at today's session of the ACTU Congress.
It's glorious Sydney weather, but it's hardly a blue sky day for the union movement. Membership stands at 18% of the overall workforce, and in the private sector, it's just 13%.
I've never been a part of a union, so I think within IT there's different processes and values that you adhere to, and everyone works as a collaborative. It's also dependent on the culture within the organisation.
I just never looked into it. I was happy with everything in my job, so I probably should have joined, but I didn't know enough about it. I know you had to pay to join, so I just didn't join.
I've never had the need to belong to a union. I think if I'm in a situation where I think I've been treated unfairly, it's never been an issue for me to speak my mind.
The union I fell under was pretty broad, and found that with my previous job didn't really offer any support whenever I needed it, so I thought it was a waste of money.
Do you think you'd ever join a union again?
I know, I'd never join a union again.
Unions face the challenge of finding new members in a changing economy, especially in growing sectors dominated by young workers.
While we're growing in numbers, we're losing the battle on density. And 20% union density is not enough. And our strength and our ability to reach out to the community comes from our size. And the key to growth is campaigning on the issues that matter to our members and to our potential members.
We've got to recruit the youth. The youth's our future. The union movement has to go out and campaign and recruit young people.
We are probably suffering from our own success. The trade union movement has delivered a lot of successful reforms for Australia, including superannuation, your rights at work, getting rid of work choices, and a lot of people might not be seeing that at the moment.
Despite their achievements, unions aren't being helped by the fallout from the HSU affair.
I think that we as a union movement need to come together to show everybody that that's not what we're about, and the ACTU's move to suspend membership of the HSU was the correct thing at the time.
People know that this is one branch of one union out of a very big trade union movement, and so if we look at it as an unacceptable isolated case and say we've learnt from it, I think young people will understand that.
Unions say young people are still exposed to a wide range of issues in the workplace, including job security and exploitation. The challenge now, though, is to get that message through and prove that the union movement is still relevant to young people.
We need to adjust our strategies. So the way that we did things 30 years ago isn't going to work anymore. The way we spoke to people 30 years ago isn't going to work anymore. So I think we need to adjust our strategies of communication, our ways of communicating. So it's not enough to send out newsletters every 3 months. We need to be able to interact with members and non-members through text message, social media, the internet. I've found in my experience talking to young people, and certainly from my own personal experience, that young people are interested because everyone spends 40 hours a week at their job, and so it's in everyone's best interest to care about their conditions of employment.
On day 2, Congress will discuss penalties for officials who misuse union funds and greater transparency for salaries and governance. Amy Bainbridge, Lateline.